All right, Senator Thompson, thank you so much for taking time to join us real quick. Just got a few very quick questions. Obviously, the current state budget situation is affecting everybody, at the top of everybody's minds. We head in 2009. What's your take on the current situation as we get closer to the General Assembly?
Yeah, I think that this year we need to look at it as a problem that we all have and try to keep partisan politics out of it, because the truth of the matter is we all have a very rough time. This banking crisis and the things going on in the country has affected Georgia too. We grow fast because of our economy based on tourism and agribusiness in the real estate market, but having a real estate impact with our banks and what they built their assets on, you know, we've got a situation where we're going to have to make some tremendous cuts in the state budget because revenues are going to fall, and we know that. So I think it's a bleak picture, but I've always believed, Matt, we're at our best when the situation is the worst.
So, well, and obviously a lot of the debate is coming up is where to make these cuts. And in your opinion, what do you think are some of the most the programs and services that you feel need to be taken a very close look at to make sure that we're protecting them, make sure that while we're going through these cuts, and to try to be as responsible as possible, make sure protect their interests?
My philosophy has always been the old, the infirm, and the very young are the people that we need to sometimes give a helping hand to, and the rest of us ought to pull our weight. So I believe that we've got to look at making sure that we look at children and education, school teachers, public safety, and human need. And there's some other things. There's some of the best programs in the nation and in the world, but they may have to be postponed for a while. There's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth. I'm going to have my share. And we're going to have to bite the bullet together, and we will come through it.
In speaking with your constituents throughout the news about the budget shortfall and everything, what are their main concerns based in your district locally?
Well, most of the people that I've heard from are aware of the problem and the revenue shortfall, and bottom line is that they're concerned about education and public safety and those things that they're more familiar with than individual programs or peripheral things that are wonderful, but that have to be affordable too. I think that the most important thing to remember, when I came here, the budget was $3 billion. It's over $20 billion today. Our shortfall is projected to be anywhere from $1.5 to $2 billion. Now you're talking about 10% of the state budget. That's the reason I think the governor said 6, 8, and 10 on the percentage that he's asked the departments to provide for us, and it's not going to be easy. But people have to keep their heads, and some people will have to have some courage, and we'll come through this together in the end.
Now, you spoke earlier about having to put some other things aside to make sure we take care of this issue. There are going to obviously be some other things that come about during the session. What are some other issues that you think are going to be highly talked about, focused during the session, obviously with the budget being the big one?
Well, I think in a state that has so many needs that aren't limited to those that I said were most important, but there are other needs but that may suffer. Look at our transportation shortfall. Transportation in a state where we're 25 years behind. The worst thing we ever did was rip the trolley lines up. We didn't think we'd need them anymore with two-car families. And today, we're 25 years behind where we should be. Well, people sometimes say, well, that's just traffic, and I hate it, but that's it. No, what it does is it hurts Atlanta, which hurts Georgia, which hurts tax income, which hurts services and growth, and the quality of education. So all these things mesh together, are inextricably tied. And we're going to have to be prepared to make some tough decisions. And I would guess this is the toughest in 29 years. This will be the toughest budget year that I've ever seen.
Well, I just want to thank you very much for taking time to stop by and talk to us real quick. Anything else you'd like to address that bring up during our conversation?
No, Matt, I just hope our people work with us and understand, because there's going to be a lot of people out there hurt by this year's budget, and I hope we can restore them at some point in the future.
Well, again, thank you very much for stopping by and speaking with us. Look forward to working with you during the legislative session.